Good morning, everyone. I'm Kristen Duran. Freezing rain is causing a lot of mess out there on the roads today in South Central. A lot of things to keep in mind as you head out the door. First, the Anchorage School District is moving to a complete remote learning day today. Also, we've got people mover service temporarily suspended due to hazardous weather and road conditions. The Muni says Anchor rides will run only essential trips and service will resume when it is safe. And out in Wasilla, a portion of Connect Goose Bay Road will be closed for several hours due to a serious crash. Alaska State Troopers says this is near mile 15.5 by Gleason Lane. Troopers are on scene and the road will likely stay closed for several hours. They say it may open around 3 as they work the scene and clear the cars and all the debris. There is no detour, so plan ahead. And of course, we don't know if this is due to the weather at all. We just wanted to make you aware of that crash out there. But nonetheless, there is a lot of mess on the roads due to that freezing rain. Aaron, what can you tell us about that?
Well, we've been dealing with that freezing rain that has been pushing through South Central through the overnight hours. Several locations remain up under some winter weather advisories. Going ahead and giving you a look at what we're seeing as you step outside. Well, we're still holding on to that wintry mix. This is coming in from overlooking Eagle River Valley and Anchorage off in the distance. Beginning to see some of that activity kind of taper off, but even with that being the case, icy conditions will be a significant concern as we welcome in the remainder of today. And going ahead and bumping up, if you were watching the morning edition, we were holding road conditions at yellow through most of the day, but due to all of this incoming information that we are seeing, we are raising that threat to red through at least mid-morning as that freezing rain is primarily remaining north of the Sterling Highway from areas from Kenai out towards Soldotna, as well as you head through Turnagain Pass, where we are seeing the potential threat for some of that freezing rain and wintry mix. So take it easy on those roadways as we continue to progress through the rest of your Thursday. This is what we are dealing with this morning. Now, while it doesn't look likely on our radar that anything is falling across Anchorage into the valley, we did lose some of that data, but we are expected to see that threat for that wintry mix and that freezing rain staying for inland locations. If you live out towards the coast, largely just going to see some rain in the forecast. But again, from the Sterling Highway out towards Kenai, Soldotna, Cooper Landing through Turnagain Pass, this is where we are seeing those very slick conditions. In fact, we just had our morning anchor Ariane come in from picking up her child and showing that yes, those roads very slick this morning. As you get on those side roads, those parking lots, those are where we're going to see some of those bigger concerns across parts of South Central. And you can see those winter weather advisories that we do have in place from Anchorage into the valley as well as through the Copper River Basin. This is for a light glaze of ice up to about 0.2 of an inch in the Copper River Basin, where we'll see those higher amounts. But as we've already seen this morning, it only takes a light glaze of ice to cause significant concerns across South Central, and that is going to be a continued threat through the remainder of today. So if you don't have to get out on the roadways, I'd advise that you do stay home, because these icy pockets that you're seeing across South Central, they're going to be hit or miss. Not everyone is going to begin to see those slick conditions, but that wintry mix possible for inland locations with that freezing rain. Turn on your headlights, take it slow, give yourself plenty of space between the vehicle in front of you. And of course, remember, those posted speed limits are for ideal driving conditions, of which we do not have at all this morning. So make sure that you do take it slow. And those temperatures showing that we're going to stay well above freezing. We should see that transition to some freezing rain to rain later today. But even if that occurs, or when that occurs, we're still going to be holding on to those very slick road conditions across South Central, and that's largely due to as that rain falls upon some of that snow-packed and compact roads with snow and ice, that's going to create that puddles on top of those icy conditions. And depending on the temperatures, that could refreeze, but it will also continue to lead to those icy and slick road conditions, and that's what we're going to be dealing with through the remainder of today. Looking at 511, if we could pull some of that information up, and looking around South Central, or at least through the Anchorage Bowl, we're seeing several locations remaining up under difficult travel conditions through Anchorage and then into the valley as you head along the Parks Highway. Hazardous road conditions being reported this morning as well. And as we've already said, there was an accident or a crash on KGB Road this morning. Now, no word on if that was due to the winter weather, but that gives you an idea of what you can encounter as you get out on those roads this morning.
Yeah, and Aaron, you had talked about how the rest of this week is sort of looking, those warming temperatures are going to stick around. So can we expect to see these hazardous road conditions stick around as well through the week?
Well, as we welcome in our Friday, Saturday, inland locations largely expected to remain on the drier side. We could see some isolated pockets of wintry mix. Today is more of a concern compared to Friday and Saturday, but even as we welcome in next week, we're going to be talking about those temperatures warming back into the 30s with the potential for some wintry mix. So if we can pull that up, well, it looks like we don't have that 7-day there, but we are going to be talking about the temperatures staying in the 30s, well above freezing for this time period, even more wintry mix and freezing rain looking likely into next week. So those roads going to be a concern for quite some time, although we'll see some pockets here and there where we shouldn't see any concerns as we welcome in the weekend for some roadways across South Central. But the bigger concerns will be those side roads, those parking lots, the sidewalks. Main roads may have a glaze of ice, but won't be as difficult to travel as those other areas that I did mention.
Okay, so take it easy out on those roads. And a few things to keep in mind. Again, a reminder, Anchorage School District is on a full remote learning day today. People Mover is not running until it is safe to run, so you can expect People Mover to not be running, as well as the Muni Says Anchor rides will only run essential trips, and service will resume again when it is safe. So take it easy on the roads. Keep it to Alaska's news source for those latest updates.